Officials with an area job center react to Missouri Governor Parson ending the state's participation in pandemic-level unemployment programs.
Jobs, infrastructure, families. I'm Skyler Henry at the White House, where President Biden is working with top congressional leaders to get them to buy in to his multi-trillion-dollar plans.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A local job agency is getting ready for an influx in job seekers once pandemic unemployment assistance ends. This is KOAM News at 5. The Missouri governor announced today that all federal pandemic-related unemployment benefits will end in the state on June 12th. The governor believes the enhanced benefits have led to a worker shortage, where he says there are more than 200,000 job postings across the state. Missouri Job Center in Joplin expects a surge in job seekers starting immediately, and especially after June 12th.
I would encourage people to get started now, get ahead of the process, because once that unemployment does end, the market will be flooded with job seekers. So it's best to go ahead, get those positions, get hired now before the end of that unemployment.
Regan tells us the job center will be fully reopened on Monday. Tonight at 6, we're going to hear how they're gearing up for an expected surge and what the Carthage Chamber is doing to help get positions filled. The Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting a job fair today to get hiring jump-started there. The job fair is at Pittsburgh's Memorial Auditorium. The event is free, and you still have a couple of hours to get there. It runs until 7 tonight. Local employers are there to discuss job opportunities and available positions.
Back whenever COVID first hit, we were a major contributor to Pittsburgh Strong, and that I hope kids around Pitt State, they notice that, because we want to be supportive of them. I was actually a Pitt State grad and got hired right out of college, so there's lots of opportunity there, and we love supporting the community.
The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas is also at the job fair, offering free COVID-19 vaccinations to anyone who wants one. Doug Heddy joins us. Good to see the sun today, Doug.
Yeah, we had the clouds during the morning hours, and then sunshine popped out by this afternoon. It actually felt pretty good out there as we are starting to warm back up just a little bit. We do still have some clouds on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, but in general, most of us are looking pretty good. I think we'll have partly cloudy skies as we work through the rest of the evening hours. Temps not bad, still chilly for this time of the year, but overall pretty good. Most of us are sitting into the mid 60s. We have this kind of light northeasterly breeze. Eventually, these are going to switch out of the south as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow, and that's going to help our temperatures out. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 60s, 50s, kind of chilly again tonight. We'll drop all the way back into lower 40s for overnight lows, but we do start to warm things back up over the next couple days, but plenty of chances for thunderstorms. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, see you then. Thanks, Doug. House Republicans today removed Congresswoman Liz Cheney from her leadership position. Cheney has been a harsh critic of former President Trump, and many believe that opposition cost her today. The vote on who will fill Cheney's leadership position could come as early as Friday. New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is considered the frontrunner. After meeting at the White House today, President Biden and top congressional leaders all say they are optimistic a bipartisan deal can be reached on infrastructure. But so far, both sides still disagree on the definition of infrastructure and how to pay for it. Skyler Henry reports from the White House.
President Biden and the top 4 House and Senate party leaders sat down together for the first time to discuss his more than $4 trillion American jobs and families plans.
We're going to see whether we can reach some consensus on a compromise.
Afterwards, leaders from both sides of the aisle described the meeting as positive.
I think there's a place that we can find bipartisanship.
But Republicans said they want to focus only on traditional infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, and ports. And they made clear that the president's proposed tax hike on the wealthy to pay for his plan is a non-starter.
We're not interested in reopening the 2017 tax bill. That's our red line.
The White House says the president would like to see progress on a bill by Memorial Day and that he would like to sign his American Jobs Plan into law sometime this summer.
The president has his vision. Congress will work its will.
Thursday, President Biden will meet with a group of moderate Senate Republicans to discuss their less than $600 billion counterproposal.
We are coming with a good faith offer, and we're hoping to find common ground.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said other topics discussed in the meeting included the situation in Israel, gas prices, and the economy. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
This week, the president also met with two moderate Senate Democrats, West Virginia's Joe Manchin and Arizona's Kyrsten Sinema. Their votes could be key in the evenly divided Senate. Hundreds of Israeli airstrikes rattled the Gaza Strip as violence between Israelis and Palestinians reaches levels not seen in 7 years. The fighting has killed at least 6 Israelis and 45 Palestinians, with children among the victims. Egyptian authorities and United Nations officials are working to negotiate a ceasefire. Coming up, the dangers of a common household item.
A California family is sounding the alarm about the dangers of lithium batteries. I'm Chris Martinez with how the small batteries can prove deadly for children.
And later, a look at the precautions some summer camps are taking to protect kids from COVID-19. A CDC advisory committee this afternoon voted in favor of using Pfizer's vaccine for children as young as 12. On Monday, the FDA authorized the expanded use of the Pfizer vaccine, which clinical trials found to be 100% effective in that age group. Pfizer officials say side effects were generally consistent with those seen in adults. Tomorrow is Vaccine Day on KOAM and on Fox 14. Experts from Mercy Hospital Joplin will be taking your calls and answering your questions regarding the COVID-19 vaccine. You can also submit questions on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to join us for each newscast, starting with the KOAM Morning News for our Vaccine Day special tomorrow. From key fobs to remotes for toys, lithium batteries are everywhere in our homes, but many parents are not aware just how dangerous they can be for children. Reporter Chris Martinez has the story of a toddler whose parents say she is lucky to be alive after swallowing one.
Evie Keynes was just over a year old when her family almost lost her.
It's really a long road, and we're just taking it day by day.
Kristen says 5 months ago, her daughter swallowed a small lithium coin battery about the size of a nickel that had fallen out of a toy.
Even so, getting her to the hospital right away. She was in the hospital for a month almost. She was in the ICU for a week.
Surgeons were able to remove the battery, but Evie's throat was severely damaged. The batteries can burn through a child's esophagus in as little as 2 hours and can even be deadly.
The battery starts discharging electricity. It can cause enough damage that can lead to permanent disability. With issues around eating and swallowing.
Dr. Ben Hoffman also warns with families spending more time at home in the pandemic, battery-related injuries among children ages 5 to 9 increased 93%, with most involving ingestions.
It only takes one moment for things to go terribly wrong.
The American Academy of Pediatrics and battery maker Duracell have launched a campaign to educate parents. The battery maker is also adding a bitter coating on the batteries to discourage ingesting.
This is not the only answer. They still need to be stored safely. We still need to make sure that they dispose of them in a place where a child's not going to be able to get them.
Evie needs to undergo regular procedures to clear scar tissue from her esophagus.
As horrific as this has been for us, we're the happy story in this. She has a long road to healing, but I get to hold her. And I know these parents that are just heartbroken. And it's so tragic because it's so preventable.
She hopes other parents get the message. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Parents and caregivers can download the lithium coin battery safety checklist on Duracell.com and healthychildren.org. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about feeding your dog canned pumpkin.
Plus, we're going to start to warm back up, and also thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up.
Yeah.
Well, the first time this work week that we have actually seen the sun, which has been pretty nice across the region. But temperatures for May, they've been chilly so far. We started out with a really nice weekend. Actually, both weekends have been pretty good, but you can see through the middle of the weeks, temperatures below average. This week, temperatures below average. We're finally going to start to get near average and then kind of hang near average as we go through the next several days, which is good news. It's going to feel a little bit more like May. Allergies feel like May. Today on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 7, tomorrow is an 8. So allergies kind of creeping up just a bit. Mid-60s, most of us, Kansas, Oklahoma, lower 60s on the Missouri side, but at least we're not into the 50s like it's been the past couple days. Looks pretty good. We're looking east from the station, pretty much clear skies, currently sitting at 64, north winds at about 10, humidity is at 43%. Through the evening hours, we're going to slide back through the 60s, 50s. Chilly again. We'll drop back into low to mid 40s for overnight lows, but we are going to start to warm things back up. Pretty much clear skies on the Missouri side, a few clouds, Kansas, Oklahoma, and also parts of Arkansas. But we are dry. Not too much is going on here across the Central Plains. And if we look out toward the west, we have the beginnings of a storm system which is brewing. It's actually way off the coast of California, and then another system behind it, and it's going to shoot little chunks of energy at us as we really starting on Friday and through most of next week. All right, tonight's going to be okay. A few random clouds will drop back lower 40s, so it is going to be chilly. As we go into the daytime hours tomorrow, we're going to start at 43. We're going to have those easterly winds at about 5 to 10, but a quick warm-up, 62 by noon, then a high temp, warmer than today, up to about 67 during the afternoon hours. As we go into tomorrow evening, it still looks pretty good. Tomorrow night looks good. And then late tomorrow night into Friday morning, some thunderstorms out across parts of Nebraska will try to drop in. They're mainly going to fall apart, but we'll get a few scattered thunderstorms Friday morning. And then as we head into the afternoon, a few more could pop up. Then we do the same thing Friday night into Saturday morning. Complex of storms kind of roll through. I don't think any of these are going to be too strong or severe. Once we get rid of these by Saturday midday, then we'll get additional pop-up storms as we go into Saturday afternoon. Now, some of those could be a little bit stronger, possibly severe. And look, the trend continues. Here's Saturday night. Let's do it again. Here's Sunday. More afternoon thunderstorms. Continues into Monday. Thunderstorms. Tuesday. Thunderstorms. So we get really into this trend as we go through the next several days. And look at our severe threats. They go up Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll take the 22nd off, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it gets very active as we go through the next 2 weeks. 67 tomorrow, 72 Friday, 75 Saturday, 76 Sunday. Thunderstorm chances and a severe threat just about each and every day starting Saturday.
Wow. There's a lot to keep an eye on. I know you will.
We knew this was coming.
Yes, every year it seems. Thanks, Doc. Coming up, staying safe at summer camp. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Stephen Whitson served in the U.S. Navy from 1974 to 1991. The Independence, Kansas native was stationed in Vietnam and Iraq, and we salute Chief Petty Officer Stephen Whitson, a four-state hero. The Department of Energy is pleading with Americans to remain calm and not to panic buy gasoline, as fears of shortages grip the Southeast following that cyber attack on a critical pipeline. The department waived some regulations to speed up fuel deliveries as thousands of gas stations in the Southeast run out of gas. And authorities say it's because drivers are buying up all the fuel, not because of the pipeline. A key measure of U.S. inflation rose last month at the fastest rate in more than a decade. According to the Labor Department, the Consumer Price Index jumped 4.2% in April compared to the same time last year. Keep in mind that consumer prices hit a pandemic low in April of 2020 amid an economic shutdown. Summer camps across the country are getting ready to welcome back millions of campers who missed out on last year because of pandemic closures. Demand is surging, and some camps even have wait lists, with many parents feeling more comfortable sending their children. Experts say the value and benefits of camp are even more apparent after this difficult year. Reporter Meg Oliver visited a YMCA camp in Mason, Hardwick, New Jersey to look at the safety precautions.
We all need somebody to lean on. This year's summer at YMCA Camp Mesa may not look exactly like this, but CEO Keith Vanderzee says they still plan to give kids the most normal experience they can.
Camp is always needed, but this year it's going to be more essential than ever.
There are more than 15,000 day and overnight camps in the U.S., according to the American Camp Association. Last summer, 40% of day camps and 82% of overnight camps closed.
There was over $16 billion in lost revenue, direct revenue to camps as well. It is a summer of hope and a summer of opportunity.
I'm feeling so excited for this summer that we can finally open again for our 121st year.
They plan to follow state COVID guidelines. Kids must have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of arrival. Then they'll test them again 5 days into camp. And there will be additional hand washing stations and sanitizer. Big events like campfires will be social distanced, and campers will live and interact in cohorts or small groups of up to 20 kids.
Our goal is to be outdoors as much as possible, be in the cohort as much as possible, and maskless as much as possible.
What happens if a camper tests positive?
We have had to set up isolation quarters this year. We'll be notifying parents right away, quarantining as necessary, and making sure that camp is safe for the rest of our population.
New York City siblings Aiden, Bella, and Max Tirado are counting down the days until they're back at Camp Mason.
I feel like camp will give us a chance to escape what's happening in the rest of the world for a little bit.
Bella, what are you looking forward to the most at camp?
Meeting new people and being able to socialize a bit more, because I haven't been able to do that really at home much because of everything that's happening.
Amid everything that's happening, everyone seems ready to lean on some sort of normalcy. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Hardwick, New Jersey.
The American Camp Association says 900,000 seasonal employees, including young people 18 to 25 years old, did not have those camp jobs last summer because of the closures. Our pet vet on call. The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, the possible area impact as Missouri lawmakers pass an increase to the state's gasoline tax. Plus, we're going to hear from Joplin Chamber of Commerce officials about Governor Parson's decision to end participation in the pandemic-level unemployment programs. And Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signs a law expanding early in-person voting for general elections. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Not every health remedy comes from the drugstore. Today's question for our pet vet on call: I've been told canned pumpkin can help dogs with digestive issues. Is that true?
Actually, yes, it is, but it's canned pumpkin, not canned pumpkin pie filling. Canned pumpkin or pumpkin has a lot of natural fiber that can help a lot of issues with the intestinal tract, like diarrhea and constipation. So if that's kind of what you're trying to do, then by all means try it. At the very least, you're not hurting anything. But if what you're trying to treat doesn't improve rapidly, there could be a lot of other things going on. Please see your veterinarian.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have one, just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. Now let's check out this week's Picks of the Litter. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this female short-hair kitten named Boop. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we've chosen Marley, a 1-year-old Alaskan Husky mix. If you're looking for a pet, don't forget to check out your local Humane Society. Checking in with Doug Hetty. Not bad out there at the moment.
No, most of the evening actually looks pretty good. It is going to be a little bit on the chilly side once again for us tonight as we drop back into the lower 40s. 67 tomorrow, so a pretty good Thursday. 72 Friday, but we are going to start to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms in here. And then really chances for thunderstorms each and every day and a severe threat returning by the weekend.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.